and welcome. So in today's video, we'll be talking all about the Nigerian stock market. We'll begin by looking at companies that have made over 100% profits in the last 1 year. Next, we'll look at some important things that you need to note before investing in the Nigerian stock market. And finally, we'll be looking at how you can actually invest in the Nigerian stock market. So let's get right into it. Let's head to www.ngnmarket.com. So on this platform, you have the summary of how companies have performed in the stock market. It's very easy to get the information here. You have them list how they have performed in different categories. But our focus today will be on the 52-week performance. That's the last 1 year. We also have how they have performed in less than 52 weeks, but we're focusing on how they have performed in 52 weeks. So if we take a look at the list from the first company, we have MTN Nigeria Communications PLC. So the 52 weeks, they've made 217.51%. So this is over 200%. So what does that really mean? If you invested 1 million naira, for instance, in MTN shares, right now the value of your shares is now over 3 million naira. So the next company we'll look at is Boa Cement PLC. Boa Cement made 165.91%. Arada Holdings made 150.47%. Okay, so let's keep going down. Lafarge Africa PLC made 176.42%. Nestle Nigeria made 233.33%. Fresco PLC made 165.47%. Nigerian Breweries made 143.75%. So we'll stop right here for now. When you buy a share of a company, it means that you're buying part of that company. It means that you're sharing in the ownership of that company. So as a company, you can either make profit or loss when doing business. So let's talk about what happens when the company you have bought shares from makes profit. So if that happens, two things could happen. If the company makes profits, the price of your share would have appreciated. Let's say you bought at 1000 naira, and let's say after a period of time, that same value of 1000 naira is now 1250 naira. Then when you sell your share at 1250 naira, you would have made 250 naira. So another way you can also make money from shares is by earning dividends. So companies sometimes share dividends to their shareholders at different periods in time when they share profits. Now this does not affect your share price. So let's say you bought at 1000 naira and the current price is now 1250 naira, and let's say at maybe at the middle of the year, let's say semi-annually, they might decide to share dividends to their customers, maybe a dividend of 2%, 3%, depends on how much they have made. You get that dividend profit, and then your share price of 1250 naira is still intact. You'll still be able to sell at that price. So that's one thing I would like you to note. So what happens when the company makes a loss? When the company makes a loss, let's say you bought your share at 1000 naira and maybe they made a loss of maybe 10%. That means the price of your share would have dropped to 900 naira, and then you don't get any dividend. So I'd like you to take note that prices in the stock market are not always stable. They go up and down. Sometimes they could be at a point, but basically they go up and down depending on the performance of the company. So as a shareholder, basically if the company is doing well, you're going to make money. If the company is not doing well, then you're not going to make money. So it's important to pay attention to the companies that you're investing in when investing in the stock market. Another thing I like to highlight about the stock market is that the stock market is highly liquid. You can easily buy and sell your shares very easily. It's not something that you have to stress about. Once you want to buy, it's very easy, and once you want to sell, it's very easy as well. Nigerian Exchange Group is the official marketplace where you can buy shares from, but you can't directly buy from them. You have to buy from a broker. A broker is an intermediary that helps you to buy from the Nigerian Exchange Group. So we have some licensed brokers. You have some brokers that have met the requirement of the Nigerian Exchange Group. This is very important because sometimes some of these brokers could maybe go bankrupt or decide to stop operating business for one reason or the other. So what happens when you buy shares from such a broker? Once the broker is licensed and has gone through the normal processes of the Nigerian Exchange Group, it will be easy for them to transfer your shares to another broker. So the NGX helps to regulate this. So even if the broker decides not to operate again, it doesn't affect you in any way. The NGX will just transfer your shares to another broker and notify you. So it's important to look out for licensed brokers. You can check the NGX website for licensed brokers. I'll be leaving the link to the NGX website in the description box below. So let's talk about how you can actually buy shares. So to buy shares, you can go to the office of these companies, these licensed brokers, and transact. Secondly, some of them have apps that you can use. And then thirdly, you can also buy directly from the NGX website. So it's important to be aware that short-term losses are sometimes normal in the stock market, even with companies that have a track record of doing well. Sometimes you see their shares drop. So coming into the stock market and saying you want to invest is not something that you should really have the mindset of I'm just going to put my money for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then take it out. You might be making losses when you do that. Sometimes the stock market is more rewarding when you leave your money for a period of time, a long period of time. You tend to get more rewards when you do that. So we have people that have made money from the stock market, and we have people that have lost money from the stock market as well. So it's important that you do your own due diligence before making any kind of investment. But what do you think about investing in the stock market? Do you think it's worth it or it's not? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've not subscribed. Give a thumbs up if you learned something or if you liked what I shared. Until the next time, it's goodbye and see you again soon. Bye.